Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show, and I do want to apologize for the delay. I've had actually, let me get my microphone a little bit closer here. I had a brown recluse infestation, as I mentioned during the previous live stream, so I feel that I've eliminated the brown recluse problem, and hopefully, let me make sure my audio is okay here. Can everybody hear me okay? Audio good? Is it good? Is it kind of janky? You know, what kind of audio quality we got here? You know, I need to know because I'm using a different setup. I am using the iMac 24-inch, so I'm not using my laptop. I've configured a more permanent setup for my IrixGuy's Adventure Channel Studio 2.0. So let me see here. We're gonna, and obviously, it goes without saying, we're going to have raccoons, man. We're going to have a bunch of raccoons, and I'm about to throw some food down to George, Cooney, and crew. So just wanted to mention that, yes, we will have a bunch of raccoon action. Jake says, RC helicopter, RC heli heaven, helicopter heaven, good. Thank you. Thank you. I've minimalized my cabling, so I want to make sure my cabling is optimal. Jake says, I was watching a live stream from Ukraine, and I have to admit I've seen some scary things around the campsite. All you're going to see here is some raccoons that are super hungry, man, because I got George Cooney and crew, and they are ready to gobble it up. Muddy Creek Cur says 5x5. Jake says, yep, you're good. I appreciate that. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to switch over to the raccoon cam because I'm going to go to the upper deck. I'm in the lower area. I'm in the raccoon area, but I'm in my studio, and I've got a fiber optic HDMI. There goes a raccoon. You see him walking down the mountain. He's like, dude, where's my food, man? I got a fiber optic HDMI cable running out to the raccoon area, so hopefully they didn't get too hungry and start to nibble on my fiber optic HDMI cable. But that's always a possibility. Always got to express a concern when dealing with raccoons. So let's go ahead and flip over to auto here. Now you can see the raccoon area. That's not George Cooney. That's one of his crew. And they're like, dude, where's my food, bro? Where's my food? Well, guess what? They're about to find out because I'm about to drop. I'm going to airdrop an abundance of raccoon food. Jake says, yup, you're good. Yesterday I witnessed a Caliber cruise missile land right in front of the cam. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the raccoon area. Keep your eyes peeled because I'm going to drop some food in the raccoon area. For the airdrop, bro. Here comes some food. There's some more coming too. That's just the first part. I hope y'all enjoy. Sorry for the inconvenience. It took longer than expected. Here we go. So I promised y'all some raccoon action, and I've delivered, and I'm about to flip back over to the raccoon camera. There's the raccoon area. You got George Cooney and crew. They're like, dude, man, these tasty treats. These treats are exceptional. And actually, you know, they're good here. So we got, Jake says, the cam is forbidden to be tampered with by either sides. Jake says, calibers are Russian cruise missiles. Muddy Creek shares, what cam are you referencing? Cameras, I've got two. The Raccoon camera is an A7R5, a Sony Alpha ILC 7RM5. And then right now I'm on a Sony Alpha EV10, both with G Master lenses. Brad, welcome aboard. Good to see you. RC Helicopter Heaven. Wow, look at them. Yeah, no doubt. Muddy Creek says, LOL, that didn't last long. They were hungry. Jake says, the one I follow is Donetsk region. Muddy Creek says, okay. I was there in 2011. Beautiful area. Shame what happened to it. I did visit the sarcophagus site. That was a trip. Yeah, sarcophagus. That would be pretty cool, man. That is some epic stuff when it comes to travel. So, yeah, I got the studio brew in here, man. I tell you, I couldn't be happier with the acoustics. I did have, and I still keep looking around because I'm a little bit paranoid, justifiably so. But I did have a brown recluse infestation, and I think I've corrected the brown recluse infestation. Let me show you something. I'm going to go grab it. I'm going to put the raccoon cam on while I grab it. I'll be right back. Check this out. I'll be right back. So basically what I discovered is that I've got a brown recluse infestation in my studio, so I had to adapt. So what I did is I retrofitted my didgeridoo, and this is not just a didgeridoo. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know this is the sound of the super chat. So anytime you choose to super chat, I will blow into this and I will make very interesting noises. So if you choose to super chat, this thing will ignite. And I'll give you a free demo, but beyond that, you know, you need to super chat if you want to hear it. Not required, completely optional, but appreciated. It helps us support the channel, and I have fun because it gives me an excuse to blow on this. But basically what I did for the brown recluse problem, I put a random sock. Well, no, this right here is an old Crown Royal bag that I had, and then on the other end I put a sock that I lost one of the two. So I decided that, well, you know, what good does one sock do? So I kept the brown recluses out of both ends of my didgeridoo by using a sock and an abandoned Crown Royal bag. So now if I look through here, I shouldn't have, and I may be wrong, but I shouldn't have any brown recluses. I'm going to shine it up at the light. I'm going to inspect it from the other end too, just to make sure. So I feel reasonably confident that if there's a brown recluse in here, I'd probably see it. So what I'm going to do is do a demonstration of the sound of the super chat. So if you want to hear this, you know, you should super chat if you choose to do so. But I'm going to give y'all a free demo here. So sound of the super chat. That's didgeridoo. And I found a way utilizing a sock where the other sock was lost, and a Crown Royal bag where the bottle of Crown was put to good use. I can cover the ends of my didgeridoo, and I don't have to worry about brown recluses biting me on the mouth. That'd be a bad way to, brown recluse bites on the mouth. You don't want to have a brown recluse bite you on the mouth. So we got some more comments here. We got Muddy Creek. I didn't get to go through the town at all. Just drove past it. I was there for a company that manufactured the lifts for moving the new shell to go over to the site. Jake says his friend in Australia taught him how to play a didgeridoo. You know what I need to do is find someone that has a connection to somebody in Australia, like somebody authentic that knows how to play didgeridoo, and get them on this channel with me to do a YouTube didgeridoo collaboration. Didgeridoo. No, you don't. Their bites can cause gangrene. Actually, yeah, you're right, Noah. You said that. I'm looking around at my feet because I got bare feet, man. Look at that. I got bare feet. I got my flip flops on my feet. So if a brown recluse crawls up, he's like, "Dude, I bite your foot. I bite your foot, man." And he'll bite my foot, and then my foot gets all rotten and stuff, and then I got to get a skin graft. Ugh. Not good. Not good. Not good. RC Helicopter Heaven says, sounds like a great fart. Okay. Didgeridoo. Didgeridoo? Didgeridoo? Y'all decide. And Jake says, I've also been to the Kursk nuclear power plant in the Ukraine, which also has RBMK reactors still in operation since 1979 and are still operating today. Andrew Bobrov, do you like playing poker, Irix? You know what's funny? When it comes to gambling, I'll be frank and honest. I'll be frank and honest. When it comes to gambling, I'm not well versed, man. I mean, it's one of those things that could be entertaining if I felt that I had some sort of reasonable expectation to succeed, but I've never felt that. I mean, the closest to gambling that I've ever come, and actually I encounter it quite frequently, is the OTCBB, the over-the-counter bulletin board, OTCBB. Penny stocks, to me, the OTC stocks, the OTC markets, it's kind of like gambling. I mean, it pretty much is, but there is a due diligence component. So if one feels that they might be able to research something, they feel that they may have an edge. I mean, ultimately, it's all gambling. You know, this is not investment advice. This should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell security. I'm stating this for entertainment purposes only. With that said, I'm addicted to penny stocks, and I love penny stocks. But no, I mean, I'm not into poker. I'm not any good at it. And, power to the players that choose to play poker. I mean, I'm sure it's fun. It's one of those things you can go out and you can have a few cocktails and roll some dice, or not dice, it's cards. Dummy, stupid, El Stupido. But yeah, poker, I'm not. I don't know, man. I'm just not. Andrew, I wish I knew how to play poker because I know it's a cool thing, and there's a lot of people that have a lot of cool poker events. But the closest thing to poker I can do is the poker face. So that was a poker face. But as far as playing poker, man, I'm not good at that, man. But thanks. Great question. Great question. So, got some good stuff going here. Let's see what else we got. Let's see if George Cooney and crew are back. Let's see. Let's flip over to my raccoon area camera. Okay, so you can see the sun has definitely set. But unfortunately, oh, there's a raccoon. Look in the left side. He just moved and he went out of frame. Now, I do have a fox, and I also have a few groundhogs. I've got wildcats. I've got a cougar. Yeah, cougar. I do have a Yeti, and I would love for the Yeti to come onto a live stream, but one thing about Sasquatch is pretty shy. So, even if I went out and said, dude, I sent out all these tweets. I'm like, Sasquatch, come join, come join. Sasquatch would be like, no, thank you. So, I'd love to have Sasquatch on the stream, but I don't think any tweet or any Instagram DM or any sort of YouTube video is going to encourage Sasquatch to join. So I'm sorry about that. SoCal Seth, yo, IrixGuy's, SoCal Seth. Yes. Yes, sir, SoCal Seth. SoCal Seth has joined. SoCal Seth, longtime viewer, longtime supporter of the channel. And just like several of y'all in here, man. I mean, I don't want to just say SoCal Seth's the only one. Jake, Muddy Creek Critters. I mean, we got a whole crew here. Brad Henderson joined in. Jake Eves. I mean, we've got a crew of long time IrixGuy's Adventure Channel supporters. And, it goes without saying, without y'all's support, this channel could not exist. I mean, I've grown the studio. I have overcome the brown recluse problem, even though it still exists. I do look around as I'm live streaming or editing videos in my studio to ensure that a brown recluse is not going to bite my foot. Jake says let's see, I read that comment. Jake says, Sasquatches like to be alone and keep to themselves. They prefer to not interact with outsiders. Good choice. Jake says, if you missed it, I mentioned a card game from Japan. Do you have Sasquatch? Squatch. Did you reduce Squatch? Did you reduce Squatch? Waluku! Did you reduce Squatch? So, yep, got the raccoons. Let's see what the raccoons are up to. Let's flip over to the raccoon area. Hey, George Cooney. Excuse me, sir. Can you come on camera, please? Is sorry for the inconvenience, but we got a lot of people watching the stream, man. You gonna come to the camera, man? George Cooney and crew. Jake says a card game is called Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh. I play it. Very cool. I've checked that out, man. I tell you what's gotten me just worked up. And so I was looking, I had to get some rooster sauce. Some of that, I just hit a blank. Rooster sauce starts with an S. Sriracha. I ran out of sriracha sauce, bro. And I needed to get some more, and I went on, looked up the price in my local store. I looked up the price on Amazon. And I'm like, sriracha? Why so expensive, man? It's gone up. Because I ate all of it. And that same company that makes sriracha, I think it's what, Hong Hong Foods or something like that. They make sriracha, but they also make chili garlic sauce. And both of those are sky high, and I'm deeply depressed. SoCal Seth says Sasquatch and Didgeridoo would break the internet. Break the internet, bro. Didgeridoo. Didgeridoo. Don't. Didgeridoo. Didgeridoo. Sasquatch. SoCal Seth, welcome aboard. And you've been here for a while. But I'm still going to do the celebratory. Let's see what the raccoons are doing. Let's see what the raccoons are doing, man. The raccoon action has died out, and yeah, it's disappointing. Hold on, man. I'm going to flip my pork chop. Go flip my pork chop. I'll be right back. I'm going to put on the raccoon camera. There's a raccoon. See, he's right there behind that red thing in the middle of the frame. Enjoy the raccoons. I'll be right back. I'm going to flip my pork chops. Disregard, I'm just flipping my pork chop, brother. back here in the studio. So I hope y'all enjoyed the raccoon action. They kind of got argumentative there for a while. Had to do another complimentary sound of the super chat. Typically, one will only hear this if you choose to super chat. That's why I call it the sound of the super chat, because I try to encourage super chats on my channel, not required, but deeply appreciated. And anytime you choose to super chat, you know, that's my thing, man. I try to do the didgeridoo. But yeah, George Cooney and crew thoroughly enjoying tonight's cuisine. They had a bowl of miscellaneous scraps. Now, some nights I get some really good stuff, you know, depending upon what I'm cooking, because I've got my lower patio and then I've got my upper deck, and the raccoon area is adjacent to the lower patio. So, you know, anytime I'm down there, a lot of times, you know, I'll just be like, here, dude, you know, take some of this, and I'll toss them a scrap. But, you know, when I really do a big cook, it's always entertaining to take all of the scraps and throw them from the upper deck down to the raccoon area, because it's more interactive. I think it's very cool. Now, you know, obviously they if you're familiar with raccoons, you know that raccoons are typically very skinny. And I will say that the raccoons that, you know, George Cooney and crew, they are very plump. And, you know, that's a topic for a topic of controversy, because a lot of people are like, dude, man, your raccoons are too fat. And I'm like, oh, would you rather have a well-fed raccoon or a raccoon that's hungry? And I will tell you, none of my raccoons are hungry. They are well fed, they're happy, and they're happy to be on this channel and these live streams. So, you know, it's a totally cool experience. Speaking of the raccoons, let's see. George Cooney, excuse me, sir. Ooh, alarm's going off. What's that? Oh, that's my baked potatoes. Whoa, dude, I got baked potatoes, man. Potatoes. You saw that light up a little bit. I think a raccoon walked onto the patio. Muy interesante. Muy interesante. Okay, you can see the lights flickering. I'm up here on this mountain, man. I got mountains. I got the flickering is from the smog and the atmospheric conditions. So there you see it. You can see the lights flickering, but we don't see any raccoons. Now, all the lights in the immediate area, the raccoon area, those lights are solar LEDs, so they're very energy efficient, but they're replenished every day thanks to that thing called the sun. You know, the sun's a big star, and it replenishes those. Clean energy. Clean energy. Speaking of clean energy, okay, so let's see what we got here. SoCal says, I'll have to send you my pineapple hot sauce. Dude, I love pineapple. Actually, I do a lot with pineapple. I do pork chops. These pork chops, I'm just doing hickory smoke, but I did a chili garlic type marinade preparation for the pork chops. But yeah, man, I love. Shoot me that, because I'd love to do it, because I love to cook and eat. You know, it's funny. Pineapple is such a versatile fruit. I mean, you can bake so many things. Pork chops, chicken. Chicken's too expensive now, man. I've stepped away from chicken. I'm like, chicken, man. That's no, it's too expensive. But I do pork chops a lot. Pork chops and chicken very similar. My favorite thing to do is smoke a Boston butt. Because when I smoke a Boston butt, it's good because it's a great dinner for a bunch of people. And then you got a great breakfast, you got a great lunch, you can make chili. You know, you got a good day or two from a Boston butt, even with a big group of people. You know, you've got so much butt that you've pulled apart, you can have a bunch of good meals from that. So I love my Boston butt. Let's see what we got here, man. We've got going back into the raccoon area. Hey, there's a raccoon. See him? He's sitting there. He's like, dude, hey. He's looking at me. There's two. There's one in the corner. He's like, yeah, you can't see me, man. I got my mask on, bro. And then he's like, dude, I got my mask, but who cares? That's one thing. Raccoons are very camouflaged. They are very covert. I mean, they can sneak around, and I don't have any problems with raccoons. I mean, I think raccoons are cool. They're friendly. Now, keep in mind, raccoons are wild animals. So if you see a raccoon, never approach or never touch a raccoon, because raccoons are very popular when it comes to spreading rabies. So you may not think that a raccoon's rabid, but if you see a raccoon during the daylight hours, there's a heightened probability that the raccoon may have rabies. So, you know, anything that, you know, raccoon like spits at you or whatever, it's pretty crazy. Andrew says, I can see one of those animals right now. Yeah, there was one. He went back down the mountain. I've got about 11 raccoons, and they'll come out, and actually I wish I had some more food. I've got some more food in a little bit, but not right now. So they're kind of in their intermission. Raccoons only come out. They come out shortly before sunset. They'll eat, and then they'll disappear, and you won't see them again until shortly before sunset the next day. And these raccoons, George Cooney and crew, you know, they're all about you know, sitting out there patiently waiting. It's like, dude, what's the cuisine for tonight, bro? And I'm like, oh, you know, here's a menu. You know, do you want to follow IrixGuy's Adventure Channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy? You know, you could be made aware of what's coming early. They're like, no, man, we don't have internet. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. You live in a cave. So they do. They live in a cave. You know, it's not far from where this camera is, but yeah, the internet service providers, the ISPs, haven't provided a quality internet connection for George Cooney and crew yet. So yeah, they're just kind of wait and see. You know, what's going to be here tonight. Kind of like you go up to a restaurant. Well, what's the menu? Well, you know, we don't have a menu until you sit at your table, and then we might tell you what we're serving. So that's kind of the same situation here. So, but yeah, it's a good thing they didn't eat my camera or take it away. They took away a huge pumpkin. Check out that video. Subscribe and check out that video. But yeah, man, I mean, they're big raccoons, man. So what I'm going to do now, I've got this is what I call my brown recluse proof kit, and it may or may not work, but at least I haven't, if a brown recluse bit me in my mouth, I didn't realize it. So I'm going to put this on, so it's basically one end of it, and then I can tighten it up. So that covers the big end of my didgeridoo, and then I've just got an old, clean, but used sock to cover the other end of it, man. So that's one end with the sock, and that's the other end with the sack. So if you want to support my channel, please do so. You can choose to super chat or super thanks if you're not watching this live down below. Helps to support the channel. If you're shopping for anything like I use, expand this video's description and click the link there, and you can find all of the equipment, or shoot me a direct message. I'm more than happy to share links and steer you in the right direction. Helps to support my channel. I'm not e-begging here, but since I am a live show and I've got a somewhat heavy investment, I will encourage that participation. But yeah, there's the sound of the super chat right there. Look at that. Very cool. Appreciate y'all's viewership. I think George Cooney and crew are, Andrew says, I use a Q-tip like that on my ears. Very cool. Well, thank y'all, everyone, and have a good night. Be safe. Stay tuned for the next live show very soon. See you later.